You won't believe what happened. Maurice was perfectly fine, but he had no idea what to do. No one had an answer for him. In the end, Maurice decided. He greeted every guest with a smile, but in the back of his mind, sadness unknowingly flickered in his eyes. After the wedding, they remained friends. Maurice believed that even without being lovers, their true feelings were still there. On his birthday, Maurice visited Clive, who forgot it entirely, leaving Maurice dejected and ready to go. Suddenly, young Scrape said happy birthday, which Maurice clearly brushed off, followed by a telegram from the doctor in London. Maurice opened the telegram with great care, but Clive's wife mistook his nervousness for romance and quickly told her husband. Clive was visibly taken aback but quickly pretended nothing happened, and later that night, he made a special trip to Maurice's room. He wanted to confirm if Maurice was in love. Maurice admitted it, and Clive claimed to be happy, but his subtle look revealed his true feelings. Perhaps he was jealous. After Clive left, Maurice was a tangled mess of feelings. All he could do was open a window, trying to cool his burning heart with the cold rain while Scrape watched from a distance. He watched as Maurice dropped his gentleman facade, letting go so-called clarity and restraint. At that moment, the world Maurice was the divinity he could touch. Outside, the rain continued in torrents. Scrape quietly waited outside, hoping to send Maurice off, but due to his identity, others mistook him as a greedy opportunist. Scrape didn't argue, but bravely stepped into the rain to tidy up Maurice's belongings. After returning to London, Maurice immediately went to see a psychologist, hoping that hypnosis might fix his problems, or perhaps make him capable of being with a woman, but the truth was, he couldn't genuinely love any woman. He could only lie back in the therapy chair and cry out loud, lamenting everything he couldn't change. After that, he often went to Clive's estate to reminisce about the good times, but thoughts of young Scrape always lingered in his mind. The way he looked at Maurice was like a clear deer in the morning light, simply enchanting. At night, the walls were adorned with vibrant paintings, and Maurice tossed and turned in bed, unable to sleep. Amid the whirlpool of society and culture, he met a bizarre therapist and realized his relationship with women was as lifeless as a corpse on a boat. His genuine emotions couldn't be expressed on the surface. No one truly understood how he felt. Maurice opened the window again, feeling the temperature of the wind. All of this was noticed by Scrape. He jumped in just like Maurice used to find Clive, only Clive bravely opened the door to a new room before discarding him. After a night of ups and downs, the two stood together on the estate's cricket field, sweating it out. Maurice's golden hair shone brilliantly in the clear British weather, like the radiant smile of youth. Suddenly, Clive returned in a magical way and immediately noticed the familiar spark in Maurice's eyes. He took off his jacket on the spot and stepped in for the flourishing Scrape, but Maurice ruthlessly struck, quickly ending the game. After the game, Maurice glanced at Scrape, harboring biases against the lower class due to vast identity gaps. He couldn't help but wonder if someone like that would use this secret to blackmail him, which only made him feel more uneasy. At this moment, Maurice was no longer the young man who dared to believe in love. He was afraid of being hurt and deceived. When faced with Scrape's letter of invitation, he chose to avoid it, but Scrape waited in the dock for 2 days, never seeing his beloved. He felt heartbroken and angry, thinking that Maurice was toying with him, so he spent his limited savings on a ticket to chase Maurice to London. Even though he spoke boldly of threats, in truth, Scrape wouldn't dare do anything. He loved Maurice deeply and just wanted him to spend one last night together. Because tomorrow, he was heading to Argentina. His family thought he had found a job, and he might never return again. Maurice saw the innocence in the boy's eyes and realized he had misunderstood him. They cleared things up, and he would be heading to Argentina. He was about to embark on his journey to Argentina, filled with reluctance and longing. He set aside class differences and spoke as equals. Maurice hoped Scrape would stay. He wanted to disregard money and fame, willing to go anywhere with him, but Scrape turned him down. One day, Maurice went to the dock, wanting to send him off, but Scrape never showed up until the very moment of departure. In the end, Scrape chose to leave. Maurice had never made any promises to him, yet he was willing to give up everything. He was thrilled, but before Scrape confirmed their relationship, he had to end ties with Clive. This was the last conversation Maurice had with him before he disappeared without a trace down the path, leaving behind a small pile of moonflower petals. His petals lay delicately like tiny fish spines in the ground, and Clive would never know the exact moment Maurice left. As the years rolled on, Clive began to wonder if all of this had really happened. Blue crows emitted a soft glow, the sheep swaying. Maurice beckoned to him in the Cambridge campus, shining brightly beneath the sun. All of May was filled with the fragrance and noise of this term, and the words spoken back then truly captured the essence of his life in a half-dreamy, half-awake state. After leaving, Maurice returned to the dock Scraped had longed for, embracing those there tightly, promising never to part again. If you really enjoyed this story, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel.